All right, Nestwise, Jimmy Mortgage. Let's talk about it. Reyna, what's up?
Hey,
How you
Jimmy.
doing? How
I'm
you doing?
feeling good,
Okay,
doing
okay. All
well.
right, all right.
Excited to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm excited that you're here. So let's jump right into real estate, right?
Let's
Let's
do
let's
it.
talk about what you love, your passion, and how you like helping many clients, especially last year. You had a good year too last year, right?
Yeah, it was a
Let's
really
talk
good
about it, right? Right?
year.
You were recognized, you got an
hmm
award, all that good
Yeah,
stuff. Part of the
yeah,
Fritch team, right?
yeah. Doing
Okay.
really well with the Frisch team. So
Okay.
last year was actually my first full year being in real estate, doing it full time.
Right.
I was the second runner up to be the rookie of the year for all of Remax. So
That's big. That is big. That's what's up.
Yeah, so I had a really great year.
Okay.
I think I did 27 transactions last year on my own. So that was really good. I'm trying to, keep that up this year. My goal for last year was two a month. So I have I'm very visual, so I keep that on my desk. I have like two houses per month, like in a little like vision board, and
Okay.
as I go, I cross them off.
Wow.
So it might not be that I get two every month, but then other months will make up for it.
Right.
And then I beat that. So this year I'm trying to get even further than that.
So you measurable goals, right?
Yeah.
Something that's reachable too in your mind that works right now. It could be four, five, six, but whatever it is, at the end of the day, that benchmark is two, right? I love it, right? I,
Exactly.
I think that's important, right? Having goals that you know that are attainable, reasonable, and you did it last year when the market was not that all that, right?
Yeah.
Now we're in a different market. Things are getting better, right?
It's getting better. I think it's still tough because you still have a lot of competition out there.
Right,
People are expecting the rates to go down, I think, and we're still in the higher rates. But I think that it is better because you have more attainable homes that you can actually get. People know that they're not going crazy over
right.
asking. But you know, it is better. You're getting a lot more inventory, even though it's
Speaking of
still limited.
speaking of better, I know you've been doing a lot of new construction, right?
Yeah,
I like new construction. I see
that's
your
my
name, new
thing.
construction. That's my thing. I love it. That's what's up. I mean, you're creating inventory,
Yes.
right? We're lacking of demand, right? I mean, excuse me, we're lacking of supply, huge demand, and you're coming in with some of the partners that you work with in general contracting and companies, and you're getting new construction, and you're getting um, home
Yeah.
buyers into these homes, right?
Yeah. So actually, when I started real estate, everybody watches these shows and they're
Right.
like, oh, I want to be $1 million listing and I want to do all that stuff. But one of my goals was, I actually wanted to work with a developer. That was one thing that I had in my mind that I was like, I want to be where the new action is. I feel like, in the luxury realm, you getting these listings puts you on the mark, right?
Right.
And it gets your name out there. So it was just happened that I met this builder and then we started rocking and rolling. I started selling him houses. He was ready to build them. And then, I used that experience to help leverage other investors that wanted to start out in the business and get them started.
Okay.
So it's just one thing leads to the other. And it really happened organically, but I feel like, I like the
Right,
manifestation
yeah. We
thing
spoke
and
about the
all of
manifestation,
that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
I think writing down your goals and actually visualizing yourself doing them
Right.
helps it bring it into the physical reality here.
Affirmation of what you believe in is always the key to success. It's straight up,
Yeah.
right? It's part of it, and kudos to you again, right? The scoreboard's telling that, right? So again, let's rock out with that. You mentioned luxury. What are some of the areas? I know you focus Morris County, but Morris County does have some luxury towns within it. So
Yeah.
talk about those towns.
So my towns that I've mainly focused on and have new construction are going to be Madison,
Right.
Chatham, and Summit, which is
Okay.
Union County. But
Right.
those towns are all on the Midtown Direct train line. So you can hop right on the train and get right to the city. So a lot of people really like those homes,
Right.
those areas to buy in. You can get new construction starting around 1.5 million there.
Okay.
Whereas if you're going to a Montclair or you're going to a Livingston, you would probably start a little bit higher out. But there's huge homes there, and then your starter homes.
Okay.
I think that being in those areas, they're always going to just appreciate and keep on, building value. and where we like to build is usually within a mile to the train station. So walkable is a
Okay.
huge thing. So people can just hop right on the train. A lot of our clients are coming from Brooklyn, they're coming from New York,
Right.
and they want to have a house where they've had a townhouse before, or they've had, a condo before, and they want to get more for their money.
Okay.
So part of it is, yes, we're building new, but we're building and we're picking luxury finishes. So it's not like you're coming in, you're buying a home at a base model, and then you have to upgrade everything, right? Like when you go and buy a car and they're like, oh, you see the one in the commercial, that one's nice. But
Right.
that's not what you get if you
No.
come into the dealership,
Yeah,
right?
right.
So we don't want people to come in and be like, all right, is this going to cost more? We want to actually build it into the cost so that people know that they're getting quality. And we're not a big builder like a Toll Brothers or, a Pulte where
Right.
they're doing thousands of homes every month. We're building these custom, individually built with care. We know the contractors, we know the whole team. We have the framers that we've used on every house,
Right.
and they're going to do an amazing job. My builder, he works with them one-on-one, and he does all of the houses. So if there's any problems, and he lives in the neighborhoods, like
Okay.
he's very close to these houses, so people know him, and they're
Right.
like, okay, if something's
He's gonna do
wrong,
it, right?
we're
We
gonna
can
knock
call
on
him.
his door.
Yeah, we can get to him, right?
Yeah.
And that's very important, right? Especially when you're spending that type of money, you want to make sure you have, if something does go wrong, you can contact the project manager,
Yeah.
his team, and so on and so forth to, fix whatever if there's an issue.
Yeah.
I also feel too, when you talk about the luxury real estate, and you mentioned the what I would call the train line
Yeah.
towns, right? Madison, Chatham, Summit, I live in Murray Hill, so we actually have the
Yeah.
Murray Hill train
New
station.
Providence.
New Providence, right? That's important, right? Because that's a premium. But I also feel it's very important, and that's why folks are spending, potential clients are spending that type of money, is because if I'm gonna spend that type of money, given where we at with today's interest rates, I want what I want. So that concierge service that you're providing really tells it all, right? It's saying, okay, this is what it is, this is what's gonna cost, and I'm gonna have what I have, and we can take it from there.
Yeah.
So
You can move right in.
right.
You're not going to have to change the wall color. We'll build you a closet. We'll build you, your dream kitchen. You can pick the colors that you want. You can pick the appliances that you want. We'll give you options. And you mentioned a project manager, and we do work with a project manager. She's amazing. Her name is Karen. And she really does work with the buyers one-on-one to see what their style is and pull things that she thinks that they would like,
Right.
If she thinks that like they would really like a floral wallpaper, she'll pick a few to put in like the powder room or in the laundry room.
Okay.
And she gets, their vibe, and like wants them to make almost like see what their Pinterest board is kind of in their mind and everything.
Okay.
And then she'll create that for them. So.
That's cool. So what do you think about the real estate market? What do you think about it for now and the future?
All right, so let's get
In
into
your
that.
opinion, right?
Yeah.
Right?
So in my opinion, I think right now is an amazing time to buy, not only because I'm a realtor, but I think because we are in one of the hottest markets. You can go all over the country, and every market is different. We have a niche here where we're just an hour outside of the city,
Right.
and there's always going to be a demand for housing here. That's why there's such a shortage, and that's not stopping. We have not enough homes for all the people that have been renting, their rentals are going up. People that are, getting their life situations are changing. They might be having kids, they might be getting divorced, they might be retiring. So, everybody's always going to need a home.
Right.
Wherever you buy, it's going to be a good investment, especially in New Jersey. And now we're seeing even places that weren't as hot before becoming those hot cities because there's just no inventory in some of these other towns. So like even like Summit has always been like a really hot town, but the surrounding towns, like if you're going to Union, if you're going to Kenilworth, Mountainside, like those are even popping up more and more, and like more of those luxury areas, and it's harder to get into them too.
Yeah, it is a problem. I do think, I always feel like, in my opinion, it is a good time to buy for two reasons. One, although interest rates they're not in the twos, they're between 6 and 7. We get that. But I always feel like election/congressional seats, they do have consequences. And so they're going to change. And so will interest rates, right?
Yeah.
When politicians want to get politics involved, but when one is running or some is running, they're running off a tailwind of what they've accomplished or what they can do to make things accomplished for others. And so I do think I could see interest rates going down a little bit. I'm confident behind that, given where we're at today with what's actually happening.
So we see them come down a little bit, but I think the thing that I think it's Dave Ramsey said, the best time, or maybe it's
Dave
not
Ramsey.
him. I don't know. It was him
Oh,
or somebody,
man.
but they said the best time to buy a house was 5 years ago. The
Right.
second best time to buy is now, right?
Okay. Right.
So even if you're buying now, you're not missing out on anything because you're always going to appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
You're always going to put equity in. So if you're renting, you're paying somebody else's pocket. You're not building anything.
Right.
So even if you think, okay, I'm paying like 6.5 right now, you can refinance. You
Right.
can go and you can get a home equity loan. You can, there's so many options that if you feel like it's too much for you right now, but you still want to buy something, that you can always make that into a better investment in the future. And I'm not like the finance person,
Right.
I'm the house person, but I do think.
You mean I'm the finance person?
Correct me if I'm wrong. You're the finance guy.
Right.
Can you write off your interest rate?
You can.
So you can write off your interest
can,
rate, and
right.
you get a tax return for buying a house or
There is some,
credit,
depending
right?
on where you're at with your income, your gross income. There's a certain amount you can write off, well, not everything. But that's when an accountant comes in and he or she or the team tells you what are some of the things you can allow to write off up to a certain amount, and you make sense of it, right? But when we talk about it, you don't write off rent.
Yeah, you don't write off rent.
Right.
Another thing that I've heard, correct me if I'm wrong, finance guy, is you can't
Finance
write
guy.
off. You can't write off overpaying for a house, right? If you give a bid that's like 100K or 150K over ask, there's nothing where you can write that off.
No.
But you can write off your interest rate. So if the interest rates are high, you can write that off.
Right.
But when they go down and there's more competition and you're going to end up paying 200K over asking, you're not getting that benefit.
No, you're not. So the question becomes, how much is that home worth to you?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you see the future you living in that home, right? And that's all relative to that individual and what their family life looks like, right? We don't know that, but in some cases, we've seen this story before where you don't think the home is worth X, and then you wait 12, 24 months and you're like, it doubled. And you're like, what did I do? Why didn't I jump on this when I had the chance? And that's an opinion, right? No one's here forcing something down that conversation. It's just more or less like, look, you should have done it, yada, 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 right?
Yeah. You're never going to regret investing in real estate. I think we've seen over the last year with, so many different industries, crypto, banking, stock market, and everything, that real estate is really the best investment that you can put your money into, that you're going to get it back in a significant return on investment. There's nothing else that you're really going to get, this quick of a return and this much appreciation.
So given the conversation we're having, what do you see some of the home buyers, home sellers are going through right now in today's market?
Okay, so for buyers, I think the hardest thing is the competition.
Right.
Like, we're still putting 10, 12 offers in for buyers before they're even getting a house, just like we were during COVID, which is like crazy, Maybe they're not going crazy like over, they're still going over ask, you know? It could be 60, it could be 100 over ask, but it's not as crazy as it was. Like, we're getting like, I've been in towns, and it depends on the market. It depends on the price point, right? Like, I was put a bid on a house. It was $599. So that's like a very competitive market right there.
Right.
So there were 60 offers altogether on that, and we went 60 over ask, and we were not like even close. But then I had another buyer who put a bid on a house that was $850, and there were only like 12 offers. So it really depends. But that is definitely one of the challenge. I think buyers need to first of all, like, curb their expectations. Know that, it might not be the first house that you put your offer in that you're going to get. I think that they also need to know that you have to be flexible on your wish list, because there might be things that you might not be able to get in every house.
Right.
And if it's your first home, it might not be your dream home. So be willing to make some changes and have cash aside to make those renovations or make it your dream home. So maybe you're not putting down the 20%. Maybe you're putting down less, so that way you have the cash to make it what you want.
Right.
And then I always tell my clients, make sure whatever you're pre-approved for, you're looking about 150K less than that.
Right.
Because you need room to make the best offer possible.
Right.
If you're not going to get anywhere. You're wasting your time.
And you're right. And also, we have to make sure we get. That's how we met each other. Ashley Molson Law,
Yeah,
right? You need a
exactly.
good real estate lawyer. You need a real estate lawyer.
You really
to
need somebody
represent.
really good.
Right.
Yeah.
And Ashley Molson, she
She's
does
amazing.
amazing. She does a terrific job
Yeah.
representing you when it comes to real estate. So we'll conclude. I wanted to ask you last question. We have to send it off this way. You're a dog lover. You're a vegan, right?
Yeah, that's
And
me.
what else do we need to know about you?
I'm a yogi.
Right? Okay.
So I'm yoga certified. I was a teacher, so I love helping educate people, and I love kids. My team, the Frisch team, we do a lot of events in town. So not
Who's
only
in your team again?
Okay, so we have Emily, she's our team leader,
Right.
myself, and Eunice.
Okay.
And we all specialize in different areas of the Morris County area. So Emily's mostly Morristown. I'm Chatham, Madison Summit. Eunice is like Florham Park and that area.
Okay.
So we all have a little different flavor, but when you work with us, you're not only getting one agent, you're getting the three of us. So like whatever we do for sellers, if we're marketing your house, you're getting it 3 times. You know, you're having 3 hands on deck, and we have multiple years of experience between all of us. So I'm like the newer agent, but you know, I still have a lot to offer to the team, and we all work really well together. One thing that I will say is that we are always looking for amazing agents or people that are looking to get into the field, because we have a proven system that helped me get from 0 to 100K the first year of real estate. So, you know, if you know anybody that it does want to join an amazing team.
I'll add to it too. And the fact is that you guys came off the whole Zillow lead thing. Now you're doing things organic. So that speaks to the richness of how you're getting in touch with the community. So kudos to you and the team for making this happen, right?
I love meeting like new people. We love doing networking events. We love being part of the community. And, you know, that's how I met you. At Ashley's event.
Right.
So, you know, just let's do more stuff together.
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity again. I know times are different with traffic and everything, and you're about to deliver. And thank you.
I know. I'm glad.
Reyna, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Thank you.